You're about to listen to the most informative, persuasive, and inspiring show ever. The James A. Hendricks School of Leadership. Hello. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I said that between December 12th and January 8th, I would pop in periodically. And, well, there is a reach across my desk. I'm not going to say what the source is, but 3 days ago, I stumbled across an article where Anthony Scaramucvi is stating that an impeachment of Biden could kill the Republican Party. Now, I'm going to be giving a little Italian accent here because I am 28% Italian based on my ancestry DNA. So here we go. And today, it's time for you to have a little body of history lesson. Okay. Impeachment. Isn't it something how in quite a few administrations, Clinton, Trump, and now Biden, the two parties, the powers that be, love to throw that around. I was about maybe 11, 12 years old. I was reading a book about the U.S. Supreme Court. And I was in the third grade at that. And I read about impeachment. And I asked a vision resource teacher that was involved in that. And she said, James, I want to teach you something. You got to promise me never to forget it. She said, the president or whoever is a public official, the House has the authority to write and vote on articles of impeachment. But they do not take effect until that person is convicted by the Senate. Okay, you have to understand, my vision resource teacher was 66, 67 years old. I think about a year to a few months before retirement, she taught me that lesson. And it was valuable. It stuck with me. And it's something. Because all our textbooks say, and also some books that you might find in the library, Andrew Johnson was the first president to be impeached. And I asked, of course, I got interested in the subject, and so at the time, beginning third grade, I asked my resource teacher, and she said, people will say that once the articles of impeachment is voted on by the House, that person is impeached. She said impeached means removal of office. And that does not become into full effect until that person is convicted by the Senate. So, there we go. And really, you have Andrew Johnson. You had Richard Nixon, which I believe he resigned before the House could even vote on articles of impeachment. And then frankly, the next thing was Andrew Johnson. Many people think, well, the House voted, therefore they're impeached. That's not the case. We have a faulty teaching of American political history for decades. And my vision research teacher was around, I would say, let's see, she was around 47 years before the Supreme Court began taking prayer out of public schools and the Bible out of public schools. Thus, revisionist history. I'm teaching you guys what I've learned because they're on this impeachment craze. And to be honest with you, in Biden's case, I understand. But now, that being said, I'm going to say again where I stand as far as political party. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm a conservative federalist. I may vote Republican in Texas because most of them hold to the conservative principles and values that mean so much to me. But I can't call myself that nationally. And why is, well, to be honest with you, it's given me about 16 years of thinking. Because beginning in 2005, I began to question whether I was a hardcore Republican. Because even some of the best of Republicans were doing some liberal things behind the scenes. And so, by conservative federalists, I mean somebody that wants to return to the traditions and values that we had with the founding fathers. Because I'm not going to agree necessarily with liberal Republicans, and some conservative Republicans I'm not going to necessarily agree with. Biden's student loan provision thing. There are many conservatives who don't like it. In many ways, I guess I can understand why. But let's face it, there are certain populations that can't work. They can't find employment. That are disabled. It's a double-edged sword. The only way I would not support the student loan forgiveness package is if the government would get off its stuff and form more packages to help disabled people get more work to start a business. But it's my fear that they're tossing the football around. And the media keeps this on both sides. On both sides. Shout out to my friend Carter Duke. And he's going to find out. Yes, I swing at both parties when I see wrong. And this election, I know who I'm supporting for president. But at the same time, to be bluntly honest with you, the media and the political actors, I fear they are resorting to scare tactics to try to keep their base. You shouldn't have to do that. The message, be scared or be pissed off, that's not a message I convey here at the James A. Hendricks School of Leadership. What is the message? Don't fear. Please have hope. God cares. Shine the light. Especially that last part, shine the light. I shine the light on a lot of issues so that people can have hope. There are some talk shows that I thought I would admire and listen to. But since Rush Limbaugh's passing, there just aren't very many I feel like I can listen to. And I wasn't even going to have a political podcast. I had toyed with it off and on. I'd started one in late 2019, and then when the COVID stuff hits, which people are still scared. I'm going to tell my audience right now, please stop living in fear. Listen to me good. I refuse to live in fear of what goes on the outside. You want to know why? I have enough fear for what's going on inside my brain. And a lot of it is some stuff that I experienced in my late 20s. I lived for 9 months in a townhouse apartment in the inner city of Arlington, Texas. I witnessed many a fight over drugs, over girlfriends. Sometimes they would try to drag me in to be the center of attention. It finally took guts for me to stand up and tell them to leave me alone. And before long, they was able to stand up to me. It's by the grace and power of God. Even though it cost me my marriage, it was by the grace and power of God that I was able to walk away almost unscathed. But because of the trauma that happened to me there, fear became one of my base emotions. Always has. So if I'm telling people not to cave into fear, it's because it's one of my internal base emotions. When my bipolar is kicking up, especially the depressive end, I internalize and eventually take it out on myself. And that's not good. So that's why, listen, I'm going to start January 8th. I'm going to gently put us down into the political fray again. Mid-March, I am going to have a 1-week suspension from talking about politics and going back to stuff that's inspirational. And you may say, but Jimmy, why? We can only be saturated so much before we start getting angry or fearful. And I become something that I don't want to be. So that's what it's like. Scaramucvi. I gotta be honest with you, I never really trusted him. He has an Ivy League education. He's in the Wall Street Ivory Tower. He tried to use that as a communication in the Trump administration, and it was a turnoff for conservatives, really for both sides. I didn't know that much about him until him thrusting himself into the limelight made me research about him. He's just a financier. What the heck does he know about how to communicate with the people? I got people saying that they would like to see me involved in politics. I wouldn't mind. I'm going to take the holidays to think about it and decide. And people saying, well, Jimmy, I got some people saying, well, Jimmy, we want you to throw your hat in the ring next year. But one of my friends from church was like, hey, be reasonable, give it a few years to get your house in order, and then run. So, let's call it, there you go. There you go. Learning the truth. Learning what's needed to learn about. See, it's not the personalities in the fraying and the scaring that introduces me about politics. It's the institutions in this republic that I feel need saving. And some people, I'm not sure you'd want me in the chamber of the House of Representatives. Like, but Jimmy, why? You sound like you'd have the personality to clean house. Yeah, I clean house, but nobody's going to like it. I'm just stating the truth. It's funny, growing up in the 1970s, and especially the 1980s, when I got interested in politics, my granddad said, son, I don't vote the party. I vote the man. And for years and years, I could not understand why he was that way. But the older I get, the more I realize, hey, Granddad had a point. And here at the James A. Hendrick School of Leadership, which houses the James A. Hendrick Center for Conservative Federalist Leadership, I shine the light. I speak the truth. Because I don't think people need to be scared anymore, okay? I don't think people need to be angry anymore. With that, I hope you enjoy listening to the James A. Hendrick School of Leadership. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Become a part of the James A. Hendrick School of Leadership classroom. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, keep up your faith. Keep up. Listen, keep up that hope. I say this a lot of times when I need to self-soothe, and it'll help you if you put it down in your soul. Hear what I'm about to say. Jesus saves, and we're all going to be okay. Take care and be proactively informed. God bless you. And remember this, from the bottom of my heart, Jimmy loves you. I really love you. God bless you and have a blessed day.